Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dareful here, back at you with another video after a very long time. I don't even remember the last time that I uploaded a video, but I definitely remember what it was. It was the forward mini-tage or montage of World War II. Today's going to be another Overwatch video. As I looked on my channel, I realized, I play Overwatch a lot, and I probably have played it more than, well, I don't know about that. Maybe as much as World War II. And I noticed I didn't have a lot of Overwatch content, which, I mean, I do love this game a bunch. I've loved it for a very long time. And this is one of the main heroes that I play. So, I thought it'd be necessary for me to make another tips video. So hopefully I can get another Zen tips video that could be useful to you. I guess the first thing we're gonna start off with is if you play Zen. Now, probably most of you that are watching this video do not play Zen. Just because he's just a particular hero he's either a hero that you really want to play or a healer or a hero that you really don't want to play at all. For me, this is pretty much the only hero that I play unless I'm flexing or filling in for some other role. I love this hero so much, so hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay as well as a couple of things that I'm going to talk about in this video as well. So to start off, we're going to go with positioning. So positioning is very important, but it's kind of relative to how you play. Positioning is very important as far as you getting it out of the way of a Sombra or a Diva bomb, and use your ranges in Zenyatta that you don't need to be involved in the fight as much as if you were a Lucio. If you're a Lucio, then you need to be very engaged in the fight. You're putting yourself in that position to die pretty easily and pretty close to the team fight or the enemy team. For Zen, you can kind of, you can use your discords and your harmonies to an advantage because when you put them on an enemy or a teammate, it takes 3 full seconds out of eyesight for the harmony or the discord to be removed. I could take 3 seconds to peek back and kind of, shadow myself and kind of peek a little bit. And, if I have him in my eyesight, the 3 seconds resets. So that's very important, especially if you have a tracer that's pushing or a sniper or a Hanzo or anything like that. There's just that you can get caught in the crossfire. And for example, there's Maywall. If I was closer to the payload or whatnot, then I could be walled off and dead. So another thing is also ult economy. It's very important for you to kind of take control of using your ult. You might be in team chat and they might, tell you to pop trans for them, or I mean, because honestly, nobody's going to rat you out for holding your transcendence. But you also have to take into the account of how often you obtain your ult. If you don't obtain your ult that often, you probably want to save it for some really high intense situations where your team is going to take a lot of damage holistically. For me, for example, I think I get my ult maybe about, no, it just depends. Maybe every team fight or every other team fight, just because I'm very involved when it comes to damage, and of course I always try to have my harmony and discord on someone, and I try to take advantage of the tanks of me providing my ult charge as well. For example, Diva, Roadhog, Reinhardt, those are some tanks that are pretty big, they're pretty easy to hit, and if you can get headshots on them or whatnot, you can really obtain your ult really fast. So the important thing for Transcendence is specifically, you want to stay out of the way of a Sombra or an Ana. For Ana, if she just basically just potions you and your team, your Transcendence does nothing but save you and you only. And if your team is dead and you're there with Transcendence, you're not going to do much for anybody really. And that's very important because you don't want to waste Transcendence if you don't get it that often. Transcendence is basically kind of like I don't know, it's just a way out, it's a lifesaver literally. When you don't have Valk or you don't have a lot of healing there, they have that one Transcendence that is able to negate so many ults, such as Torbjorn's, as you can see here, maybe a little bit, Contesting Point, Genji Blade, Hanzo Graviton Surge combination. Especially for Gravitons, you definitely want to try to have Transcendence before she pops, because if you don't, then they could be absolutely a team wipe as far as if you have a Ryan Shield and Orisa or whatever, because the shield will go down and it will definitely take advantage of you not having your Transcendence, and that'll be an absolute team fight. So some situations you're going to find yourself trying to decide if you want to pop Transcendence or not. I definitely pop Transcendence at about half or most Graviton surges. With the combination of Hanzo ult or a Genji or any ult that does a lot of damage, really. Specifically, those two, I definitely pop Transcendence if any of those happen. If Hanzo ults and it's not under Graviton, if you're in a tight spot and you know they're gonna get hit, you can kind of wait a little bit before you pop Transcendence. But typically, when it's not such a situation as far as the other team is ulting, it may be just everybody's taking a lot of damage. That's definitely a point where you want the Transcendence. Or if it's a situation where you think, you know, just popping trans for maybe 2 or 3 people on your team, or maybe 2 tanks, is just beneficial to you as far as keeping you alive and them alive, just to kind of, I guess, provide some extra strength for them to finish the team fight. Or maybe you're waiting on a Mercy or an Honor or maybe a Lucio to come to the point you need to contest. Those are definitely situations where you want to pop Transcendence without an ultimate from the other team coming in. Next is the Discord Harmony frequency. Now when you see me play, you might see me spam Discords all over the place. Not as much Harmonies because I don't have to wait as long to do damage from a Discord. If I Discord, it's gonna get there fast and I do what I need to do the damage I need to do. And then for the Harmony, it takes a while for especially tanks and any other player to first receive that healing and then be healed enough to where they're not critical and I can move on to somebody else to get healed. So for the Harmony and the Discord frequency, specifically, it's not really something that you can pinpoint as to what you do. But if you have a diving hero like him and Genji, Doofus, you definitely want to put that on them just to let them know, I'm ready for you to dive, or I know that you're diving, so you're gonna keep this orb when you dive. Or if Genji is ulting, he's definitely doing it, you're gonna put the Harmony on him, and whoever he's around, you want to Discord. That makes the most of the combination. That just makes everything so much easier for him, and as well as doing a lot of damage to the other teams to get those kills. You definitely want to kind of figure out like what's happening as far as who's taking a lot of damage or who's out of position, because you're going to give them that Harmony and you're going to give them the Discord for the enemy that they're fighting, just to give them an advantage. The whole point of Zen is to have an advantage. Primarily, the Discords are their ultimate advantage, especially if they're running 3 tanks. And if you can do as much damage as you can to some healers or just some tanks, that'll be definitely beneficial to everyone on your team, because it makes everything so much easier. Probably one of the most difficult things that I kind of overlook is when you have Zen at the beginning and then you don't have Zen later in the game. It makes a huge difference because everything's dying a lot quicker in the beginning, but as you keep playing, nothing's really dying like it used to be, because you used to have it. So for Harmonies, I believe that Zarya is probably the most beneficial for you to heal just in general. Because if you keep Zarya high charge, she could be so much to your team. She's an extra 2 barriers, and also if you keep her high charge, which you probably have seen in games yourself, when you have a Zarya that just won't die and stays high charge, and she's alive through every team fight and she's always alive, she does so much damage that she's absolutely just annoying. Like, she just stays there and her charge never goes down. It's almost like your team is always shooting at her bubbles. So that's probably one of the most important takes to keep alive, especially with your Harmony. I'm not saying that every Zarya is good and keeps that charge, but if you have a Zarya that keep her charge, you definitely want to try to keep the Harmony orb on her, because it'll be beneficial to the entire team. She'll get her Gravitons quicker, and most likely you'll win the game. So for your orbs, especially the 5 orb, there's only been 1 nerf to Zenyatta, or 1 installment of nerfs. His Discord damage has gone down, which I noticed, as soon as it happened, but now it's not really much of a difference just because it's been a while. And then also his 5 orb speed. His 5 orb speed used to be so large it usually hit scans people, which is I mean, you could just laser people across maps, Hanzos, Widows, whoever you would like, and it was really difficult to not get hit by a 5 orb. But now it's not as easy to do. But definitely for me, the 5 orbs is probably the most, yeah, I think it's the most valuable asset to his attack, just because it's so deadly if you can hit 1 or 2 headshots, and it's very useful if your aim is kind of wonky and you're kind of spreading your orbs across a certain area, and it gives you that advantage. Um, so for the sniping 5 orbs, personally, what I do is for the 5 orbs, I charge up the orb first, and I just try to charge it up in general. Charge up the orbs, and then I shoot the orbs, but then I shoot my Discord right after. 9 times out of 10, yeah, 9 times out of 10, the Discord is going to travel faster than the 5 orbs, depending on how far the enemy is. But that is so useful that you can literally just charge up your orbs prematurely and just fight, just like here. Like, I knew it was going to happen, but I did not get the Discord in time because it was close. But the fact that I can do that and I can charge up prematurely get you so many early picks and peaks that it is so important. But I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just tell me in the comments who you main, or tell me in the comments what kind of videos you would like in the future. I appreciate you guys coming back after a long, long time away. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.